You ready, Franny?
Yep.
All right. Yeah. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What'd you think of the intro song?
I fuck with it, my guy.
We all knew you were going to say that. Welcome to another episode of Good Set, Bro. This episode is sponsored by, once again, Nobody. So if you're out there and you have a great product that you want to push out, no bullshit, hit me up at Good Set, Bro, and let's talk.
What's the actual email? goodsetbro.cast@gmail.com, right?
Yeah.
All right, there you go. There you have it.
goodsetbro.cast@gmail.com. Message me.
Send us your inquiries.
You know, if you have a good product that you feel like the people need to see, hit me up, and we'll push it out there and we'll talk.
Or if you want a tax write-off.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's also another thing.
That's also true.
Today's guest, I got none other than my boy Josh Castillo, host of the Aliens on the Border podcast and starting comedian, a baby comedian. Right
Yeah.
here. Yeah?
Yeah.
Right here to my left, I got none other than Frankie Flowers. How's it going, Frankie?
You know what? You're kind of beating me to submission with that nickname.
It's working.
I'm starting to just
It's
accept
growing
it.
on you. The public likes it.
The public loves it. It's not that
They're like fucking chanting. How do you not get a
Dude.
boner every time you're getting
How
summoned?
do you not get a fucking hard on?
Right?
Some aware is done mainly to spite me.
Dude, if you get like a crowd of 1,000 people and they're
And
yelling,
there's like,
Frankie Flowers, I would get harder than an avocado seed.
Right?
That's a beautiful analogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. But
It's growing on you because, I mean, Francisco Flores is like,
Why don't
oh,
you like it, though? What's the origin of
Yeah.
this? I don't know the story.
I just don't.
It's not my name.
No, it's
It's not my name.
that's a fucking old ass callback, dude. No, it's just I don't know, man. I never really like the name Frank.
Yeah, but if you think about it, no one likes Francisco.
And Frankie Flowers sounds like a knockoff of that fucking Walter Mercado dude that was just doing
Not
tarot card
even. I
readings.
just thought like the
That's
guy
what I
from La
think
Bamba
about
or
it.
some shit. If somebody threw like,
Yeah,
oh,
well-
dude, Frankie Flowers. Oh, La Bamba.
Like if a producer, right?
Yeah.
Like your name's too, like,
Or,
yeah. Well, Richie Valens is actually
There you go.
something Valenzuela, and they're like, that
Nah.
shit's not gonna work. See, I'm your like the
To
manager.
Mexico.
I'm telling you, you know what, Francisco
Because
Flores.
we could also just call you Paco, dude, if you want. Come on, Paco.
I get enough of that at home, dude.
See, Francisco Flores sounds like someone who works on roofs. You know what I mean? Like Frankie Flowers, like, yo,
It sounds like you hang out with Bruno Mars.
Frankie Flowers sounds like someone who smashes puss on the daily.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know, bro. Whatever.
All right. Well, anyways, we got Frankie Flowers in the building. What's up, Frank? You had nothing to do today?
Yeah, no, I didn't actually.
True story, game.
You're getting into the acting gig.
Yeah.
What? How?
I'm in theater.
Elaborate.
Now. I'm doing a play. It's a production of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now, is that in honor of Gay Pride Month?
No, it's not.
Are you going to show full penetration?
I tried
Okay.
to talk that into, there's no scene that requires it, but I still,
Just throw it, mix it
it's
up,
just
dude.
mixing it up a little
It's
bit.
like,
keep people
you
on their
know,
toes.
your
I mean,
interpretation.
It's not illegal if it's a performance.
Daniel Radcliffe
technically.
of Harry Potter fame did a play where he just showed his dick next to a horse. Why can't I just bust it out in the community theater
You
production?
must be confident, right?
Yeah.
It's just like, what's up? Like there's a horse,
There's a
2 foot
horse
dick.
right there, but check out
And
this
then-
You know,
5-incher.
There's a movie where there's like this actress.
Fuck a horse?
No.
You were watching Bestiality.
No, she doesn't fuck a horse.
That's-
There's actually a
that's-
scene where she gives an actual blowjob, and it's a movie, like an independent movie.
Was it Nymphomaniac?
And I don't know, maybe.
Is
and,
that
and
It was a
with-
prosthetic dick.
And then
okay.
no,
They can't show real dicks, it's
no. It was a real dick.
They can show
And-
real dick.
and it was.
They
real,
can show real dicks, but they can't show like actual.
It was. I'll
sex.
look it up. And anyways, in the movie, and he comes in her face, and it wasn't like a theater. Yeah,
It was
Oh,
like the
never mind, wrong movie.
NC-17 rating, probably, right?
maybe. Yeah,
It has to be.
And it was so weird. Of course, I looked it up. The first time Joe Rogan actually spoke about it, like they actually
Nuts on a bitch.
Yeah, basically, like they just nut on her, and it's a real movie. And that movie never went nowhere, obviously, but it was in a theater somewhere.
I like independent movies that show like full bush or like the whole thing. You know?
Have you watched The Dreamers?
I haven't seen Dreamers, but
Eva Green is in it. I don't know if you ever watched like The Second Sin City.
no.
Okay, well, Eva Green, she's hot as fuck. She comes out of The Dreamers, full frontal
That's
nudity.
her porno name, right?
It might as well be.
I mean,
right?
because that sounds like what that would.
It fucking does, yeah. But gorgeous woman, decent movie.
Like, there's this one on Netflix called Love by Gaspar Garcia or something like that. And it's like it's a good movie, right? It'll fucking make you feel some type of way. But it has a lot of like fucking just... It has dick in it for sure. Like, I mean, I don't know if the guy was wearing a fake dick, but it definitely looked like a real dick.
Yeah.
You see the guy and the chick, like, you know, oral, all that shit, swingers clubs. It's like European. And,
Of course, it's European.
Yeah, but it was a pretty dope movie. Like, I'm that type of dude that likes like sad movies sometimes.
Fucking same, dude.
When you want a big sad, watch that one.
You know what movie's really good for like the big sad? It's like a little animated movie. It was on Netflix. I don't know if they have it there anymore. Have you ever seen It's Such a Beautiful Day?
No.
Fuck, that movie's great, dude. It's like a little like weird animated movie. It's like the narration is really wild and like that shit made me cry, dude. Dead ass.
Yeah, a
Hit
lot
me
of
with the
things
big
make
sad.
you cry, Franny.
Hit me with that big sad. For real.
I was watching yesterday a little bit of just I had some drinks last night and I wasn't supposed to. I had a great podcast. Josh was there. And I came home and I was like, I need to watch something so I can go to sleep. So I put in Blood In, Blood Out because I don't know why I came into my mind. So before I did that, Miklo's all over the place, right? Damien Chapa, he's all over the Facebook and he's just like, he's like kind of still carrying that character. Like this whole time, every time you see him like on a video or something, he's like, Vatos locos forever, and I get it. But he also carries like that persona,
Like he's on a cooking show, he
like,
just sprinkles
like
it in
if he
there.
can't,
Vatos locos.
like if he can't leave that character,
Word.
you know what I mean?
Picks up his daughter from kindergarten and just goes,
Vatos
Vatos locals.
So check it out. I looked up. I was like, I wonder if there's a documentary about this guy because I actually want to try to fucking interview him here in Good Set, bro. It will happen. Yeah, it will happen. And I was like, maybe there's something out there where they're interviewing him or something like that. And then he just has like this documentary, which, forgive me, Damien, I hope you still, hopefully one day come to this
he has
show.
to be like, fuck that guy.
Yeah, well, anyways, he does this documentary, and it's just him, and there's like a green screen in the back, but it's not green, obviously. And it's just like pictures and stuff like that. And he's like narrating his life story for an hour. And he's just sitting there with pictures like changing in the back.
It's like a slideshow for an hour.
Yeah, it's a slideshow for an hour, and he's narrating.
And he'll just sprinkle it in every like 10, 15 minutes. So I was there chilling, Vatos locals.
It just keeps it going.
Dude, it'd be cool to get him and, what's his face, Jesse Borrego, Crucito. It'd be cool to get both of them there. I never see them together. I wonder if there's like some kind of a beef or like a drift that happened in the movie.
I need to rewatch it because right now I'm like straining to remember everything.
Dude, I know that movie word for word. It was such a great movie, especially like growing up like young Mexican kid. You like watch these movies and you're like, oh shit! Like there's people that talk like where I was raised.
I mean, none of my friends ever spoke like that. So
yeah. Well, I grew up in Santo Niño, so that it made sense. And I was like, oh wow, this can be in movies. It's amazing.
They sound the way I do. I don't know. I think just because as a kid I gravitated more towards like horror movies, and I still do to this day. That's like my whole jam, pretty much. So
The Right, that's the one I want to watch.
it's a good movie.
Yeah, the guy, the guest I had yesterday said that The Right is because he works like with the diocese and the Catholic or whatever. He's a psychologist.
He's basically John Constantine, bro.
Basically.
If he does this, he fucking summons angels, dude.
No, seriously.
I'm fucking.
We're not playing. So he works with things. He's like, if you've ever seen the movie The Right, that's probably the closest depiction to how it is to like find people that are possessed and stuff like that. So I want to look at that movie.
That sounds pretty wild.
Yeah, it's starring Anthony Hopkins. So
That sounds even better.
Yeah.
fucking good actor. Yeah. And anyways, so like well, I guess not even anyways, but within the same thing, there's this movie that is going to come out, I think, next weekend called Midsummer.
Dude, I am so fucking stoked for that movie.
Fuck yes.
Which one's
Dude,
Midsummer? What is it?
It's by the same guy that. Did you ever watch Hereditary?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
It's the same director.
Oh, shit.
And I'm
Yes.
counting the days down, dude. That movie's gonna be fucking sick, dude.
Are you gonna fucking go?
Oh fuck yeah, dude. Every fucking trailer for that movie just doesn't give you anything. And that's what I love. Like I have no fucking clue what I'm gonna see.
That was
And
my
I
initial
love it.
reaction to Hereditary. Like, when I first saw the trailer to Hereditary, I thought one thing. My whole thought premise of it, or the whole premise that I thought was in the trailer was like, oh, the grandma died and she's going to haunt them or something.
Exactly.
Not even fucking close.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, shit.
Dude,
It was
that's
like a
going
fucking
on.
weird cult, right? Like
Yeah,
a
it
weird,
was fucking dope.
That movie, like that shit fucked me up, dude.
Yo,
It was
but
so wild.
have y'all seen Brightburn?
Yeah.
No,
You saw
I
it?
haven't yet.
Yeah. I liked it.
Did you see it?
I
you
saw it, man.
You see it?
I
You're
saw
like,
it.
Yeah. There was a question marks there.
Yeah, as in, like, I questioned whether it was good.
It. Here's the thing.
7 out of 10, don't pay for it.
It's. Oh, I didn't.
Because I didn't.
Honest.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
I appreciate your honesty.
I didn't, but here's the thing. So, do you know what Brightburn is?
Is that the one with like
It's like
a
Superman
reverse
if he was
super
evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sorry, I'm popping off. Y'all keep talking.
Pop,
Yeah.
pop, pop.
So yeah, it's like what would happen if Superman just fucking said fuck all these people and just was evil, right? So basically, the whole movie, there's no happy ending. Like that's
It
one
doesn't
of
look
the-
like the movie that would have a happy ending. Honestly.
Yeah, there's no fucking happy ending. And I stayed like this. I was like, when the movie was over, I was like, well, fuck.
The concept of the movie, it's fucking good.
It's an interesting concept,
Yeah.
definitely. I haven't seen it yet, but
It's probably like, no, you know what? I'm being a little bit biased because obviously it didn't have like the big ass budget of all these other, like marquee movies and shit.
yeah.
But I guess with what they
It was gory.
yeah, but like for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
yeah. Well, there were scenes that were gory.
yeah, and in total it was like 5 minutes of gore where
Yeah.
I wanted like a little bit more, you know what I mean?
Mm.
But that was
You
just
wanted him to
me,
go
though.
fucking crazy.
Yeah, like I wanted like 15 minutes of maybe like this is his character because we all kind of know what they were going for.
Mm-hmm.
And then just like an hour and 20 minutes of like he's like ripping people open and shit. You know what I mean?
yeah.
The part with the eye though, that was crazy.
So I want to talk about something. Totally off topic. Can you believe that there's still vegans around? Like that's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Vegans still exist.
Vegans. I don't have anything against vegans.
Yeah, me neither. I just can't believe they're still alive.
I eat vegan food quite often, so
Yeah.
I'm cool.
Yeah, we know. Everyone knows that's watching this. All 7 people that are
All
gonna
7
watch
people.
this they know immediately.
We
what
have
you
like
eat.
30 watchers. No.
No, that's not true. I can't do it. I can't. I love food too much.
No, but there's some good vegan shit out there.
I mean, I've tried some good shit, but I can't like to do it every day.
Oh no, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like to do that shit
I tried
every
it
day.
out for like 3 months. Obviously, you can't tell, but like, it wasn't all that bad. It was just for me. It was more of like, and maybe this is a cop out on my end, but at the time, my workouts, and again, not that I work out regularly anymore, but at that point I was, and I feel like my lifts were not as, or I didn't feel the same strength.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That was like I felt like I didn't have enough gas in the tank to like muscle out like the last couple.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I order my burgers with no veggies. Like,
Well, that's different. Now you're just being a fucking baby.
no. I
You
just
gotta
don't.
have pickles in there, man. What's up?
If you go to my if you go to my fridge right now,
I
look,
don't
I
fuck with pickles. So.
Yeah. If you go to my fridge right now, right?
Damn it, 2 against 1.
Here's the thing. If you go to my fridge right now, there's a packet of salad and carrots.
Never been open.
Never been opened.
They've been there since
I mean, my intentions were fucking good. You know, like, you know
Yeah,
what?
hey, it's a thought that counts, you know,
Maybe I
sometimes.
should fucking eat some vegetables because they tell me all the time about my girlfriend. She's always gone. I was like, I worry about you, and for some reason, I just laugh. Like, no, I'm like, I know.
Here for a good time, not a long time, baby.
Yeah, so
You know,
I don't know. I just can't. I don't like vegetables, man. And I know it's not that I'm being a baby. I just don't like them. Like I don't like
I feel
the
like
taste of it.
But okay, there's in
it's
the
how you
context
prepare
of a
them.
burger, though, like relax.
I think it's how
What are you
you
gonna tell me? You don't like
prepare
fucking salsa on your tacos either?
Oh, I love salsa.
Okay, there you go. See, like
Yeah, but
it's
that's not.
almost the same.
No, absolutely, it's not the same.
Yes, because what is salsa made of?
Vegetables and seasonings,
go.
and seasonings and
There you
spices.
go. Yeah,
a
man.
fucking burger, a tomato and lettuce. It's just
You gotta
wet stuff.
accentuate.
It's wet stuff on your burger.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not all. Well, I'll throw it all in there and I'll eat it. Right? 'Cause I'm a fat fuck. I don't care. But like when I customize it, at the minimum, I'll do like just pickles.
I just feel I could do pickles.
That's it. Like I don't need all that extra
I'll
shit.
fuck with
Only
pickles.
thing I'll put
fuck
on my
with
burger,
pickles.
vegetable wise, like a little bit of lettuce, but even then I shred it up a little, so it's not too much, not overpowering, and then maybe like some onion.
Yeah, you see,
That's
like I
about
fuck with onion too.
I
Like,
don't-
okay, like if you pull up on a Texas double whopper, that's like the epitome of what everything is should be in a burger.
First of all,
Minus the mayo.
your first mistake was getting a Whopper.
Whoa, wait a minute. Are you gonna stand there and tell me this right now? Are you fucking hater?
I don't fuck.
You don't fuck with the king?
I agree with Franny. Like,
Their
What?
breakfast
You ain't
is
about
dope.
that fucking flame broiled life?
No, you know what, dude? They
on, man.
they sell you on that so much. Like this
Because they're-
charbroiled, this flame broiled. Like that's fucking great, but can it taste like something?
It tastes like fucking flame broiled. Like, okay, bro.
It
Pull up
tastes
on
like
a-
whatever you throw on it,
Pull
dude.
up on a T-dub, my guy, and you'll fucking be enlightened, bro.
It
You know what I
tastes
mean?
on what-
Okay,
it
name
tastes like what
another
you
name
put on
another
it.
chain. Okay, besides Whataburger, obviously that has the best tasting burger. I don't know if you might not agree with that. I would say
I like
that
water.
you
I
do.
like a Whataburger.
You like a Whataburger?
I like a Whataburger.
What are you gonna fucking tell me? You're gonna pull up on a big and nasty or whatever the fuck you get from McDonald's?
I
With Big
fucks
Mac.
I fucks with Wendy's.
I don't fuck with Wendy's.
I like Wendy's.
All right. Look, this is almost on the same. Who has the best dollar burgers?
McDonald's for sure.
I don't know, man.
For dollar burgers?
Nah,
Fuck yeah,
bro.
dude.
Yeah, mine's Wendy's still.
No,
Yeah.
Who do you say has the best dollar burger?
BK, man.
BK.
Pull up on a double. It's like $159.
The one thing Burger
Welcome
King.
to the fat cast, by the way.
Honestly, In-N-Out will kick everyone's ass.
Oh, I can't talk shit because I've never had it, so never mind.
You never had it?
In-N-Out-
Oh, it's so good.
I think most people that hate In-N-Out hate it because they always put them in direct competition with Whataburger, so you're expecting
It's
like
no competition.
It's no. You're right, and
In
you're
the
wrong.
sense that-
in the sense that it's a completely different type of burger.
That's what I was getting at. That's what I was getting at. Not that there's
In-N-Out is great if you want like a classic pressed down burger. You can't beat it. You can't fuck with that.
unless you're making your own and you can make a mean burger.
And you know what? Well, you know what's cool about In-N-Out? It's always fresh. It's always a fresh patty.
Always.
Like they always when you order
Smash.
it. No. It's not smash burger, but when you order it,
Oh, no,
they
sorry.
literally make it right there. And Whataburger, they have pre-made ones that they put in this little cabinet to keep them warm. Did you know that?
I mean,
Yeah, and In-N-Out doesn't have those little cabinets, so they have to be
Also,
fresh.
Whataburger
when
belongs to
Dorothy
Chicago
looked-
now, so
you know when Dorothy looked behind the thing and saw the guy like pretending to be the wizard? You guys are
Yeah.
fucking doing that to me right now. Yeah.
tell that to the Chicagoans, dude. They own Whataburger now.
Don't
Yeah.
they have like pizza on the menu now?
No,
I mean, that'd be. I don't know what the fuck problem is if they have pizza on the menu.
I'd be like, fucking thank you for
oh, what a
expanding.
pizza! I'm
right,
down,
dude. Honestly, I did not give two shits about that.
Neither did
Yeah,
I.
me
I was
neither.
like, I'm still gonna fucking pull up on one at the end of the night, so who cares?
I did that same night.
Yeah,
The
same.
same day it happened. I was like, oh well, that's new. Can I still get my fucking usual?
Yeah.
I went to
Honey
Whataburger the other
barbecue chicken
day
chip
and
sandwich?
I checked in to Leo Mari's deep dish or whatever. I took pictures. I was like, guess where I'm at? And then I checked into Leo Mari's Pizzeria in Chicago. Yeah, people didn't like that very much. Well,
I bet you it was very controversial.
it's so dumb. People are like, ooh,
I think it's-
Whataburger sold out. I was like, you have diabetes. Like, chill the fuck out.
I do
dude.
think
Just run on a treadmill, you
I
fat
do think
bitch.
the one good thing that came out of that controversy is Chicago just trolling the fuck out of Texas. You see that T-shirt that they made? It says Whataburger, Chicago's most famous Texan burger.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was like, fuck yes.
I would
Fire those
wear that
shots.
shit, dude.
Dude, I'll walk into a fucking Whataburger with that shit on.
Just walk around Laredo.
Dale, vergas.
As Laredoans, I feel like Laredo should be like whatever taco palenque, bitch.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Or like Taco Ravi. Like let's
I'm
put
sur-
them on blast and be like, hey, everyone, come pull up on Taco
I'm just
Ravi.
surprised, like, like Corpus Christi isn't just like in fucking shambles now. That was their thing.
Economies, like,
right?
out
Like
the gate.
next time we pull up, it's just flames and rubble.
It's just Mad Max in that area,
right?
man.
And the only thing left standing is the 2-story Whataburger that nobody wanted to fuck with.
With the Selena.
It looks
Right.
like
across the street.
right now Corpus looks like Baghdad.
Yeah, dude.
Just people like in shelters. Like,
Right.
what happened?
Whataburger, dude, they sold out.
The Whataburger sign is down. It's like M. It's an M now, which means it's mine. That's what Chicago says.
Yeah. More
Shit.
pizza.
Man, I wish we had some interesting stuff to say, man, on this podcast.
Why,
We've
dude?
been talking about food.
Hey, food is a really interesting topic.
Yeah, man.
Have you ever sucked a dick?
I have not.
You sure?
I'm more than sure.
Okay, just we can't get into that now. No,
Good for you,
I owe you $5.
I'm drinking coffee that I made at home.
Yeah, how's that? And you put ice in it.
Yeah, I put ice
You
in
made iced coffee.
it. Yeah, that's how you do it, right? That's how they do it? Is that how they do
Dude,
it?
if you hate your job, why don't you just go to Starbucks?
What?
I mean, yo, I heard something about y'all's job. Y'all work at, I don't give a fuck. I don't work there. Converges, right? Or no,
Yeah.
what is it called now?
It's not called that anymore, so we can call it
Concentrics.
Converges.
It's called what?
Concentrics.
Concentrics. Concentrics. Okay, so
Very original.
a guy who works with me told me he used to work there, right, when it was Converges, and he was a supervisor.
Is he the guy that nutted on everyone and left on his last day? Oh, no.
Oh, was there? Did that happen?
No, I just made that up.
Oh shit. Anyway, so
It's a good story, though.
he said that when he was a supervisor there, that he was so fucking. He just told me today, actually, that the ones that were above him were like, well, check this out. Your team needs to get up or something. It was sprint at the time, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're like, your team has to get up. The numbers, You know what? At the end of the week, I need you to fire something to use him as an example. And then
And that's how I got fired.
you got fired already before?
It's my second time working there.
Oh, okay. So you can go back. It doesn't matter if you get fired from that fucking place.
Yeah, no, they'll rehire. They said they weren't going to hire me back, and they called me as soon as I put in the application.
So check it out.
Hi, Mr. Flores.
So here's the fucked up part. They told my boy, they were like, you're going to have to fire someone and make sure it's someone that everyone likes.
Nice.
So you can make an example to that person. And I was like, and I told my friend, I was like, even if that person's like a good worker, whatever, even if they're a good worker, I have to follow around this fucking person and just wait till they fuck up one little time to fucking fire them so everyone can get the fucking clue. And he, like, the other supervisors, like, they were all pieces of shit. And one supervisor told him, don't fuck with me. Does that still happen? Is there, like, still shady shit?
Yeah. I don't know to what extent, but 100%, dude.
He told me that there was, like, people that would sell drugs there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's...
I mean,
Yeah, no, but...
There's a taco latte lady just...
No, but he told me that at
Slanging
when
on
he
the
was
side,
working
bro.
there, that there was a guy that would just walk by the cubicles or whatever and just be like,
boom.
2 for 10, 2 for 10, 2 for 10.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know about
Working
that.
there
No?
long.
But even then, I couldn't give less of a shit about what I do, so I'm not aware of my surroundings, like, at all, dude.
Everyone hates their job there, right?
Yeah.
No.
You told me you fucking can't stand. You want
I
to
fucking hate my job.
you want to blow your brains out
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is that you do?
The same thing that he does. We do the exact same thing. I just
Wait.
do it in a different department.
Okay, yeah. What
Yeah.
department are you in?
Hello.
Okay.
Hi.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Okay,
about.
all right.
What department are you in?
United Healthcare.
And yours is name Hello?
Yeah, pretty much.
What's going on here, man? What?
Nothing. I mean,
Be
it's just
Pacific.
it's like a loophole that they found to where like, hey, we can create a monopoly if we just brand it as a different company. So
Oh
yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you have to see what do you have to sell insurance?
pretty much, dude. And the fucked up part is that like
No one needs it.
99, not even just that, but 99% of the people that call where I work, they assume that they're calling someone else. They think that they're talking to the government and shit, so we have to like weasel our way into like, here we go. You know what I mean?
Hi, hello. Do you get those a lot? Hello.
More often than not, I just get people that are like, hey, I have a question, right? And then you try to like do your spiel,
Then
and
you're
they're like, you try to do your spiel, and they're like, why are you asking me so many questions? I just want an answer. And I'm just
dude,
look,
I
dude.
fucking hate those people. Why are you asking me all this shit?
And I was like, why are you asking me questions, right? You've heard of something called the internet? Boom.
Dude, no,
No, you don't do that.
I wish every
dude,
fucking day,
same.
dude.
No, you know what's the word? Like, the
But
thing
you're recording, right? Like everyone.
Yeah,
you get recorded.
Yeah.
The thing that sucks the most about my department is I don't sell insurance.
You're
I help people
customer
with
service side?
Yeah, customer service side.
Okay.
So they call me with problems about their insurance. Do you know how many old
Rip.
people, like how many fucking geriatrics we have with like a legitimate drug addiction?
Dude, yeah,
Fuck ton.
man.
You know how many people call me, like old people, saying like, "Why can I get my fucking oxycodone?"
It's like, lady, you're taking 180 tablets a month, dude. Like,
Yeah,
relax.
there was a lady that called me. She
It's
was taking.
depressing.
Yeah, I got a lady calling me that they cut off her prescription because it was 180 tablets for 30 days. That's 6 a day.
Yeah.
Of oxycodone.
Popping 6 fucking Percocets, man.
That and she was also getting diazepam, dude. So she was getting like hella benzos, dude.
Dude, she was just fucking like,
Yo,
they're
fucking SoundCloud rappers
I was
wish
about
they
to
had
say
the
that shit.
fucking
Dude,
stash
Lil
these
Xan's
people have, bro.
demographic, dude, is like geriatrics.
It's just
That's his
old people
demographic.
in Florida.
Wow.
Yeah, just fucking.
I had a call once from this dude. We have this concept at work called one breath calls. None of you have those.
Same. Yeah.
One
we
breath
have the
calls-
same guidelines you do.
Okay.
We just have to apply
What
it.
is it like? You guys have to explain this shit to
one
me.
breath
One
calls,
breath
someone
calls-
calls.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah, if you
Okay.
think somebody's
Do it,
life,
pussy.
if you think somebody,
And why are you calling us then?
Don't threaten me with a good time.
if you think somebody's life is in danger, you need to like call the proper authorities and shit. So I
I
had
like
this-
how they call it one breath in case they do go. You're like,
Hold your breath, boy.
yeah. So I had this dude call me.
or one last breath is that? Whoa, that's dark.
Yeah.
Calling it one breath.
Yeah, don't think about it too much. I had this dude call me, and he was like in the middle of a road somewhere, and he was just like, "Hey, could y'all get me like oxys?" And we're just like, "No, like, this, like you need a prescription for that." It's like, "No, but like I need some. Like I need some right now. Like I need some." I'm like, bro, go to a fucking pharmacy or some shit. And he's like, "No, man, like they won't give it to me at the pharmacy. Like, can you guys get them to me?" We're like, "No, we can't. Like we only cover them. So if you get them somewhere, we can pay for them." He's like, "Oh, well, then where can I get them? Where can I get them?" And I'm just like, "I don't know. They're like a hospital, like an emergency room, perhaps." He's like, "Oh, so I need to go to an emergency room, and they'll, like, if I ask them for it, they'll give them to me." He's
Cool.
Like, no, no. I was like, "No, they won't just give them to
You
you."
gotta like shoot yourself. You're like, I'll say no more. Man.
No, that's kind of where I'm headed. Because I was just like, "No, dude, like they can't just give them to you. You need to have you need to be in pain. You need to have something going on."
A
He's
medical
like,
emergency of sorts.
Yeah, like a medical emergency. He's like, "Okay, so like if I break my arm right now." And I go to an emergency room, they'll give me fucking oxys, and I'm just like, okay.
What are you wearing, sir? What are
Yeah.
your surroundings?
So the good thing is,
That's why you call 911 on the side. Like,
Yeah,
there's
this-
this fucking guy.
that's literally what you do.
That's like protocol. pretty
Yeah.
much.
So the good thing is, this
Talk
guy
about
wanted to
finance.
go to an emergency room to get the pill. So I was like, you know what, man? I'm gonna help you out real quick. I'll call an ambulance to go get you. He's like, dude, great, perfect. And I'm just like, but don't break your arm. He's like, don't do that. Just wait till they get there.
Like, relax. We're gonna check you into a psych ward, and you know,
Yeah.
So you send them
it's,
an ambulance?
Yeah, we had to send an ambulance for him, and you have to
Hey, dude.
no, you have to.
Broken fucking arm.
You have to switch.
Can I get oxos?
Hey, this guy on the phone told me he'll give me oxys if I fuck up my arm. Can you talk to him for a minute?
Oh shit.
just release.
Jeez.
No, but dude, it's like some of the most depressing shit, or like some of the most fucked up shit too. Like I've had people where
Yeah.
they're like, "My doctor wants me to take this medication." The medication's like fucking $7,000.
Yeah.
No insurance company covers it. Like, why the fuck does he want you to take that?
Oh, I have diabetes. It's like this insulin thing.
I was like, you know what? There's like cheap insulin, right? Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Yeah. I mean, at that point in time, like these fucking doctors, like, dude, are they getting like paid to sell
Fuck
this
yeah,
shit?
they
Well,
are, dude.
I've said it-
Fuck yeah.
I've said it 1,000 times, man. That's why I don't have insurance, but yet I have the advantage of living right next to the border.
Or you can just, yeah.
Yeah, I just cross over there. And here's the thing. I don't know, might be a theory, but I mean, it makes sense to me. I've always said that the reason in Mexico you go and you get fucking better quick is because Mexico's so poor they can't afford to have people sick. Here in America, they keep you sick because if you're sick, there's money to be made. Do you know what I mean?
Perhaps.
I mean, it makes sense. Because over there, I mean, how ridiculous is it that over there I'm sick and a doctor visit is $6?
I know, yeah.
You see, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
No, real shit, like,
take it-
my-
it
También
is-
te trae tacos el vato.
I'm not exaggerating. It's $6.
Yeah, no. And my mother recently had surgery across, right, for like a basic procedure.
$13.
It was
She had a coupon too, dude.
$15.25, dude.
What?
No, so the procedure here it was like 11, 12, 13 grand, and we're like, fuck, because she doesn't have insurance currently, right? And she was
Kind of like me? No.
yeah,
Like me.
exactly like you. And so she got like a consultation across and everything, and the whole ordeal was like 3 grand maybe. Mm-hmm. Like, dude, a fucking fourth of the cost. Like, goddamn. Crazy.
Yeah, dude. To get and then when let's say like I got a bad fever, stomach virus, or doctor visits $6. He prescribes meds. The meds come out to like $15. Like, and there's like 4 of them.
Yeah.
You know what I
Pretty
mean?
much.
So it's just, I mean, it only makes sense. Like here, they have to keep you sick because you have to keep going and paying to go see a fucking doctor. When over there, they can't afford to. Like they were like, we need to get him ready because we don't have the funds or the fucking needs.
I mean, to a certain
you know what I
extent,
mean?
but like
to a certain extent, of course.
But think about it though, like it works for us that way because $1 is worth 19 pesos. If you live over there, you're basically in the same situation we are. Or like, fuck,
Yeah.
I don't have like 5, 6, or well, I think right. So like my mother's surgery cost what, 3 grand in American dollars. That's like fucking, I don't know, like 20 grand over there, something like that.
Yeah.
So they're
yeah.
like, fuck, I can't. Get
It's
that
definitely
surgery.
affordable
Like,
to us.
yeah, not to them though.
Yeah.
It's like we have one of our dollars is 19 of theirs. Like, a la verga. What the fuck? Let's go hang out over there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
goddamn.
I want to. Nobody ever wants if I can go with me.
It's dangerous. I don't know.
Yeah, it is dangerous.
Like
It is
the
dangerous.
the
I
times
go-
that we
I go
went over
pretty
there,
often.
like the whole thing, I was like, memorize this route, bro, as much as you can, because fuck all of that shit, you know. And like at the hospital, dude, like there was some guy strapped, like walked in and shit, like with a shotgun, like fucking vest on, and I was like, is something about to fucking happen? And like,
were like the
nothing
SpongeBob.
happened. Yeah, I was like, the fucking caveman one. Or
Yeah.
Caveman SpongeBob.
Yeah, times changed, dude. I remember I was younger when I was in high school.
Y'all would party across, right? You were part of that era?
Yeah, I was part of that era. We would party across. 16 years old, and all you saw was a bunch of fucking middle school and high schoolers across partying like if it was fucking Vegas.
And there was violence, but it was like very contained and organized.
Yeah, it was contained and organized. It didn't get out of control. They didn't do anything to the people that were
Yeah,
going
like
over there
only
because
if you were like affiliated, like that's
not only affiliated, it also if you looked for it, if you were looking for
Yeah,
fucking trouble,
true.
you were gonna get fucking trouble. But everyone was besides that, everyone was just fucking partying. I remember,
Yeah,
I remember things started changing. I remember one time I was across, and there was this bar over there named Clone, right? And I was leaving this little bar called the Tunnel, where, by the way, that it's a little, just a door there's a wall, and there's just one random fucking door, a wooden door there. You go in, and it's a small bar, and it's like shaped like a tunnel, and it was called the Tunnel. Beers were $1 all night, all fucking night till like 6 a.m. So that's where everyone would start. Let's go to the Tunnel, have some fucking beers, and then we'll go to the 57 or whatever. Anyways, there's one time where we always went in a group. By fucking 2 hours there, I was like, where's everybody? Right? And everyone just fucking is just... I describe it as the original Pinocchio movie. I describe...
Mewtwo.
Okay, we got it. I describe it as the original Pinocchio movie where all the kids go to this island called Pleasure Island. And there's just drinking and smoking and shit like that.
What?
And they turn into... Yeah.
You've never seen the original Pinocchio?
Have you seen it?
Like
Fuck
the
yeah.
Okay,
animated
great.
one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the original Disney.
Yeah, the
animated-
original.
OG, like the 1940s one.
Yeah, they're like the kids.
Geppetto, the old guy with glasses.
Yeah.
Maybe.
There's a scene where all the kids go into this island called the Pleasure Island, and they're drinking and they're smoking and they
they're
start turning into
fighting.
donkeys. They start turning into
Oh
donkeys.
shit! Now I remember.
Okay,
Yeah.
well that's what it was.
Man.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
what it was.
I'm gonna put a tab on that real quick because I want to talk about that in just a bit. Sorry, finish your story.
Sure. So that's how it looked like over there, just a sea of drunk American children. You know what I mean? And I remember one time I was getting out of that bar, and then I was going around the corner to that. I wasn't going to Clone, but I know it was around the corner and then another block. So as I'm turning the corner, you just hear, bah, I was like, I turned back in the corner, like, I was walking, right? And I was like, oh, shit. So I didn't fucking obviously go over there. I got my friends out, like, we got to get out of here. There was gunshots over there. Like, all right, fucking, let's go. So we left. Next day in the newspaper, some guy got shot in front of the fucking clone place, and his fucking face was like on a rim to the car and stuff like that. And that's when we were like,
Yo,
hey.
Mexican newspapers, no joke, right?
No, they're not, dude. They go the
everything.
fuck off, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck. It's realness. It's
Like,
just
this is what it is, bitch.
basically, dude. There's no censorship. That's so weird, right? How they could just put like, I remember when I was younger.
Here's this dead guy.
Yeah.
One of the ones that stood out the most to me was like
Mexican
the guy
news-
got-
Kids want to see a dead body.
Mexican newspapers were like this. Hey, you want to see something cool?
pretty much. Dude.
That's basically
What-
Mexican newspapers. You want to see something cool?
One of
dude?
the times that I realized that was like when, I don't remember. I think it was like, whatever, a while back, I was a little kid and we went to like a gas station and it was like Laredo Morning Times and then like El Mañana. The front cover of El Mañana was like a guy that got chopped in half by a train.
No,
And I was like, what
El
the
Mañana. El Mañana do try to like stay to like higher journalistic standards, so they don't put the gore on the front page.
Alerta
Alerta is the
fucking-
one.
Okay, well, whichever
Alerta
one.
is the one that they'll show
Yo,
you.
fuck.
Front page was
Can't-
like guy chopped in half.
You know what I don't understand though. You know what I don't understand? That Alerta, they sell it here in the convenience stores. Like they cover up Playboys with plastic.
Yeah.
But we have this shit like a lady chopped up and she was pregnant and the baby's thrown out there and shit like that. Like that's totally cool to watch. But titties, not around here. This
no
is America.
titty, no pussy.
It's America. Let's just see dead
We're a
Mexicans.
God-fearing country.
Yeah. So, anyways, what were you the whole Pleasure Island?
Two tangents that are related to your story. The first of which is like when shit started to go to shit in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it like very, very vividly, dude, because in the neighborhood I used to live in, it's literally like right next to the river. Remember I was like, explaining that yesterday?
Yeah.
Well, on the banks of the river, there's like a portion that was cleared out and turned into like a soccer park and shit. And I grew up playing soccer there, and all my family did too. And my dad and my uncles and everyone, they had like a Sunday league team and shit. Mm-hmm. So this is like 2004, I want to say, right when shit started to hit the fan. And there was a fucking shootout, dude, like at the entrance of the park. And we were like, so the way that the thing is situated, there's two entrances and it leads down into the park and then soccer fields, right? So we were all there. It was like the award ceremony for like a tournament and shit. And you just start hearing like a bunch of gunshots. At the time, I thought there were fireworks, but then my dad was like, fucking hit the ground and shit. So we hit the deck literally. And then like shots were hitting like the cars where I was like under it and shit, like on the windshield and shit. And like, dude, it lasted like a fucking minute and a half.
And
maybe.
it was the shootout was across.
No, it was here. It was here.
It was on this side.
Yeah. And I've
Holy shit!
even crazier. I've tried to find like the article about this because there was a guy from LMT there that would always cover Sunday games, and I'll jump to that in just a second. So, anyways, like fucking crazy gunfire, like literally from a movie, dude. Just a bunch of like automatic weapons, other like semi-automatic weapons back and forth, and then a van comes down the entrance that's close to where we were at, right? And like fucking 5 vatos jump out of like an Astro van, strapped up AK, like fucking bulletproof vests and shit, ski masks, haul ass to the river and like run away. And the guy that was there covering like the whole thing runs up towards the van and the people and starts taking pictures and shit. I was like, oh, this nigga gonna die, this nigga gonna die. Man, then nothing happened to him, but it was fucking crazy. Like they all ran off into the shit and jumped, and then like 10 minutes later, border patrols were like, what happened? Like, yeah, dude, like you guys didn't hear that? Like, what the fuck?
What do you mean? We were coming. We're already on our way.
Yeah, I was.
Did you see their guns though? Dude?
Yeah,
dude.
nah, but so like there was one dude that
Could have
survived.
shot us, dude.
There, there was like one dude that survived, and he was. I don't know how the fuck.
I'm surprised
he
you guys
dude.
are alive right now.
Yeah. What the fuck were y'all doing here, man? I thought your soccer shit finished earlier. No, but there was one guy that survived, and it was crazy, dude. He was like, oh, I don't know how the fuck he survived, because like I passed by the trucks when we left, dude. It was like a Silverado, right? Like a nice one, just riddled with like fucking bullet holes, like literally like right out of a fucking movie. And there was like blood and shit and like a body. They'd already covered it up and everything.
Oh
but
shit!
the guy that survived was like fucking bloody. Like he got shot in the leg and all this other shit. And I was like, a la verga. And then like that was the point to where all the violence started. Like right after that, it was just shit show.
It started getting crazy.
That was like back in 2004, I want to say.
Yeah, and I graduated 2002, and I was partying since.
Oh, you're like my
fucking-
brother's age.
Yeah, and I was partying since like when I would go across, was in high school, so it was like maybe 1998.
Yeah.
Or something like that, you know. But yeah, after I graduated high school 2002, around 2004, that's when we were like, we shouldn't go across
Yeah,
anymore,
we
man.
should definitely not go across anymore.
We would still go, but during the daytime to go buy like bottles or something like that.
Yeah,
or,
like when it's safe.
Yeah,
let's
or-
go at 6 in the morning, 8 in the morning. You know,
or to go day drink and go to. There was a sports bar called Turf Club where you can actually make bets on like sports and shit like that. So we would go do that in the daytime, and we're like, oh, okay, we gotta go.
We got about 15 minutes left of sunlight. Let's pack it up.
I don't
guys.
like the way that soldier's looking at me. It's
Yeah,
weird.
man, shit got wild after a while. Like,
It's crazy, right? When you cross the border, there's a fucking dude there with a fucking 50 cal, and
yeah, you're like, what the fuck? What's going on here? And then, well, anyway, so the second thing, Disney movies, dude, like the old ones were super, super like riddled with subliminal shit.
Oh yeah,
And,
Oh, dude, fuck yeah.
and
yeah.
like,
Walt Disney was.
This ain't no secret,
pedal.
dude.
No, it's not. It's definitely not. But like, it's. I had forgotten completely about that whole Pinocchio thing. But it reminded me of the time that I watched Alice in Wonderland while on acid.
Of
It
course.
was
You did that?
Yeah, it was
As
the
one does.
most insane shit ever. And not because like, oh my god, I'm hallucinating, but the dialogue in the movie, it just was so like fucking every line of dialogue was so like duplicitous in meaning that I was just like, what the fuck? Like it felt like everything hits you so hard, right? Like it gives you, or at least at that time, it was like a different perspective that I hadn't thought of. And like, I can't recall exactly what it was. I just remember the feeling of the impact of the words. Fucking crazy, dude. Like, what the fuck?
You were hearing the rabbit go, "I'm late, I'm late, I'm late," and then Josh was like,
We're
"I'm
all
pregnant, I'm pregnant."
Fuck, I was supposed to be home like 30 minutes ago. Nah,
How many times have you tried acid?
Dude, way too many times, if you ask me. Like, way too many times. But the very last time was the time I was telling you about where, like, a magic water jug just appeared to us out of nowhere.
Which was how long ago was that?
Yesterday.
Fuck. No. What's going on here?
Yo, what?
Oh, what a fucking idiot.
What?
Let me just, real quick. Keep going. Like, everything's cool.
Oh, really? Are you sure?
You're not being very convincing that everything's good right now.
Yeah.
You have to
Yo,
plug
so
something
comedy
back.
festivals, man. Submit your form, and then after that, like, oh yeah, by the way, pay us.
Oh,
Like,
fuck that.
And then I'm like, oh well, it doesn't look that cool. Yeah, I don't want to pay to fucking perform. I mean, I'm performing because I want to get paid.
God damn it. Lost connectivity with the camera for some reason.
Yeah, so we're fucked. Is it still
Kinda.
recording?
It should be. I mean, I wasn't able to stop it before I lost connectivity, so whatever. But
Really?
what the fuck, dude? My phone's being a bitch.
Your phone's being a bitch, dog. Well, that sucks.
But anyways, so yeah, like that was the last time I tried it, which was probably like 2014 or 15, one or the other. I actually have a picture on my Instagram, and I would tell you exactly. But and it's not even anything crazy. It's just me laying back on the bench, but it's my perspective of me looking up into the sun, and there's like a bunch of trees in the way, so it looks like a crazy tunnel with the sun in the middle.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I was looking at it yesterday. I think it was 2014 in August.
Yeah.
That was the last time that I did LSD. I after that tried like mushrooms like a couple more times. Yeah,
You just love that shit.
I don't know. Not that I love it, man. It's just that it's an experience.
I
and
heard
felt like-
microdosing is pretty. It can be healthy when it comes to psilocybin.
Yeah, we're good. We're Gucci.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So psilocybin in microdoses, it actually promotes like neurogenesis, which it helps create like new neural pathways in your mind, or repair some that may be damaged or for what have you. So it does have its benefits. But for me, I just felt like I don't know. It was a weird culmination of a bunch of. Okay, so my first LSD experience was like very. Riddled with like synchronicity, where like it just felt like everything that had happened prior to that experience happened the way exactly that it should have been for me to have that experience, right? And then
I know what
throughout
you mean.
that first experience, it was like very introspective, and I learned a little bit more about myself as a person, and it kind of had like the whole experience of like ego death and all this type of shit. So I came back from that experience, and I was like, you know what, dude, I want to dive into this a little bit deeper into my own mind. So I read up on like meditation and all this other stuff after the first time. So the next couple of times that I did it, it was more so done with like a purpose. And every time that I tried it, for me, it didn't feel like, oh yeah, dude, let's fucking drop acid. You know, it felt like something that was like a rite of passage, almost like a forgotten ritual or something.
I get what you're trying to say. Yeah.
And then that's what it felt like to me. And that's how I use it. That was the purpose for it for me, just to kind of explore like my own inner mind and get a little bit more in tune with myself and understand the world in a different perspective, I guess.
Cool, junkie. Why don't you do drugs, Franny? Well, you say you're straight edge, but you smoke cigarettes, so you're not really straight edge.
Yeah, because you do nicotine.
And you still fuck. You still fuck, so you're not straight edge. You just don't do drugs. Like let's be real about what it really is.
Okay.
You just don't do alcohol and drugs.
Fair.
Okay, perfect. Why?
Because I used to, and I kind of fell out of love with it. I just felt like I started pretty young. I started smoking pot when I was like around 12. I started because I had a...
That's the age. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had and he was my uncle, but he's like 2 years older than me. And like, at the time, when you're a kid, you can't really understand the concept of a young uncle. So I just called him my cousin the whole time.
Yeah.
So fuck it, we'll call him my cousin. So I used to hang out with this kid. He was like my cousin. And, I would hang out with him all the time. I would stay over at his place a lot. So he showed me like a lot of music, a lot of movies and shit.
Did y'all touch beepies?
No, we didn't. And one night I stayed over at his place for his birthday. And we just hung out. And when I woke up the next morning, like he wasn't in his room. And I was like, yo, where the fuck is this dude at? And I walked into his backyard and he's there with his friends and they're all smoking pot. And they thought it'd be funny to smoke gato huerco. So they just, they smoked me out. And
That's amazing.
And turns out I kind of fucked with it, right? So I kept smoking habitually after that. I think around 14, I started drinking. And they were all fucking cheap. They had older friends who would buy them the booze. I would give them the money. And like I was expecting to get like the same cool beers they were getting, but they'd get me like a $5 six-pack of PBRs, which is why I have such a connection to PBR. Like the one time you got me to drink, I wanted a PBR. Because that's what I
drink one time.
Whoa.
Yeah, and that's because
he was also nervous.
Yeah, it was my first ever showcase, and I was nervous as fuck. He was like, "Just drink a beer," and I was like, "All right, yeah." So I started drinking at around 14. I experimented with a few other things around that time. It's funny you bring up acid. I never did acid, but I did a hippie flip once. So I just had shrooms and ecstasy, and I just sat in North Central Park, and that was pretty beautiful. I felt the connectivity of like how everything is just like connected. I was like, oh, this grass gives us air, and like the water from that stupid little like creek. Evaporates and it becomes clouds, and that rains down and it feeds into this, and I just felt everything connecting to each other, and I miss
It's okay that we touch beepies.
No, I mean, yeah, that's fine if you want to touch beepies with somebody. That's
Hey,
fucking
man,
fine. It's Pride Month, but I never did it,
dude.
So I did a couple other things here and there, and then when I turned 16. I did coke for the very first time.
Woo!
And
Cocaine.
what fucked me up though, and when I say this to people, they don't get it, but it never hit me. Like I never felt whatever it is you were supposed to feel when you're on coke.
You were doing it wrong.
I was just like, I did my lines or whatever, and I was like, I'm fine. Like I'm totally fine. Like there's nothing here. Like I'm not experiencing anything from this. But I'd never developed I guess you would say like a psychological addiction to it. But I guess it was like a physical need. Like I wanted to feel it. Like I became so obsessed with wanting to feel coke.
The dragon.
Yeah. So
here's the best way to do cocaine. And I
boof it
What does that mean?
up your ass.
No.
You get a tablet.
Yeah,
like
no. I get
break it.
I get the concept.
You fill it with coke.
It's kind of like ecstasy.
how Rod Stewart did it. That's how he did coke because he didn't want to fuck up his nose. He'd put it in a tablet. And then shove it up his ass.
There it is. Okay. No, actually, I've been with people that are doing coke for the first time, and they're like, I don't feel it. When I used to do coke, they're like, I don't feel it. I was like, are you snorting it? I snorted it. It's in my nose. This is the thing that I was doing. Okay, make the snort of a pig. I would always do that, and they'll be like, what do you mean? Like, just do it. And they're like, oh. And they're like, there it is. I'll see you on the other side. Because
Strap up, cowboy.
people keep it here, and that's what fucks up the nose. And every time I say snort like a pig, then that passes through all the fucking nice little veins, and then that's when you feel it. Did you ever do that? Do you recall, or do you just recall snorting?
I just recall snorting.
yeah.
But anyway.
Waste of
But
coke.
a bunch of other shit start happening.
You ever tried coke?
Yeah, once actually.
Yeah.
I fucking hate myself for being able to say that because I prided myself on being like, no, I never fuck with coke. But one time I got too drunk and a cousin of mine was like, dude, you need some coke. And I was like, yeah, you're probably right. So I did like a little bump. And then the rest of that night was a shit show. It was fucking terrible.
I remember when I was younger, I was all about drugs, dude. I mean, I never tried heroin or crack or meth, but
I had hard crazy shit.
Yeah.
Relax. Like, what the fuck is that?
But it's because I grew up around it.
True. Right, Santo Nino.
I grew up around it. I remember when I was doing like blow or something at a party, there were some dudes there smoking crack. I didn't give a fuck.
Un craquillo.
Yeah, and then
Saca la piedra,
and it's
Holmes.
true how they get, dude. They're like, some guy just kept fucking going to the door, and I was like, "There's no one there. You checked already 17 times. Like, no one's gonna be there, dude." And he was like, "Shh, shh." I was like, "I'm out of here, dude." So, yeah, I never did anything like that, but I got into pills. I hate pills nowadays. Like, I even hate Advils. Like, I fucking hate pills. I'm so traumatized with them. But yeah, I remember one time, I would snort blow. I would smoke weed. I was just young and fucking all excited. I was like, ooh, I wanted this adventure with drugs. I remember one time I went to San Antonio without my parents' permission. I just went with a buddy of mine and a couple of other friends. We met up over there, and it was crazy. It was so crazy. I don't know how I'm alive right now. I didn't do like a lot of drugs. I was just smoking weed that time. But we went to this apartment and we went in there and there was people rolling, and I hadn't done ecstasy at the time, and they were just rolling balls, and they're like, "We've been up for 48 hours." And I was like, "You look green. Like you look weird.
You look like a corpse, my gay."
Yeah, he fucking looked. He looked. I remember him looking green, and he was like, "It's because we took green goblins." And I was like, "I don't think that's how it works." But
no,
anyways,
not at all.
they're like, we're trying to hook up some Special K. So do you know what Special K is?
Yeah, fucking ketamine.
It's
dude.
horse tranquilizer.
Yeah.
Basically, they sell it to you in a liquid, and then you put it on a foil paper, you put it in the oven, and you turn it into crystals or powder or whatever, and then you smoke it, and you go into this place called a K-hole where you just sink inside the couch or something, and you just stay there somehow. So I was like, that sounds like a good idea. We should do that. We should definitely do that. But they never connected, and we already had to go back to Laredo. So we went back to Laredo, and we found out that they found it after all. And me and my boy Richard at the time, he was like, "Fuck, we missed it." But then I found out what it really, because I didn't know what it was. I researched it.
Well, thank God I didn't fucking do that.
Yeah,
shit.
I was like, "Oh, that doesn't sound like fun at all." You know, I went on a trip with ecstasy. Ecstasy, oh God, that shit was amazing. It fucked with my brain. It really did fuck. I had a suicide Sunday.
Nice.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay, suicide Sundays is this thing like in the ecstasy community or whatever that you deplete basically all your fucking serotonin.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then and then there's no more. You're not capable of feeling anything or even joy or nothing. You literally feel like an empty vessel. You know what I mean? And it was the worst fucking day of my life, dude. Like, it was the worst day. I was like, why do I feel like this? And I was like, I want to kill myself. This shit sucks. But then I just got it together. I went through the whole day, like, just feeling like shit. I remember I was working, too. And I somehow got out of it slowly. The next day it was a little bit better. The next day was a little bit better. But after that, I was like, I don't want to do this shit anymore. Like, this shit.
Again.
Yeah, I did it a couple of more times. But yeah, dude, I can't fuck with ecstasy anymore. I can't. I want to do shrooms again. That's something I really do want to do.
Yeah, man. For me, I feel like the psychedelic realm is really.
If my
where I
probation
feel
officer
great.
sees this episode,
he was gonna kill. But yeah, man. Like for me, I really only ever like smoked weed. That was like my main thing.
yeah, me too.
And then
Me
like
too.
I experimented with LSD for like a month or two. Not obviously not every day, but like copious amounts. And then and mushrooms. And then that one time that I tried cocaine. Other than that, like I'm pretty against like pretty much hardcore against cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm like, nah, it's not. What the fuck? You're just gonna like die eventually. And it also just brings shitty people around you. Like shitty people do cocaine, right? And I'm just like, fuck.
Or cool people. I don't know what you're talking
In my
about.
experience, it's usually shitty people that end up stealing something from you to buy some more coke.
Oh,
Yep.
no. I didn't something,
Yep.
you know, and I hanged out with pretty cool people. They just wanted to party. We all wanted to party.
Hey, you want to party?
You want to party?
You want to party?
But yeah, man, I feel like psychedelics is definitely a great experience. I mean, it's definitely not for everyone.
Yeah, for
You know,
sure.
some people that like never came back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know one of those dudes.
Me too.
Just fucking walks from his house to Walmart every day, and I'm like, damn, bro. All right.
That's the scary part, though. That's the scary part of fucking some psychedelics, man, that you can actually stay up there
100%.
and don't come back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the fucked up part.
The crazy part for me was like after like most of those experiences, right? Like I felt like I had like a different perspective on what reality was, and when I would try to share it with people, I feel like they're like mostly with my friends, right? They would be like,
Yeah.
"Dude, you're fucking crazy," and I'm like, "No, dude, like listen to what I'm saying, man." Like, and even like to this day, I understand that it's like a subjective perspective, which most reality is for most people, but I don't know. I'd like to rationalize it that it's based on like certain scientific assumptions that the world at large accepts, right? But that's just me. I'm probably fucking crazy.
Yeah. Like kind of like Roger. Roger thinks he's retarded.
Oh, yeah.
Has he told you that?
Yeah.
That scary thing where he thinks his biggest fear is basically
Thinking he's retarded.
Yeah, he's just like
I've seen that, yeah.
along in life with that, right? Like,
he's gonna hate this episode. So for people that are
he's not
wa-
gonna listen to it. You know, he's not gonna
Yeah. Well, for people that are gonna watch this, we have a friend, another comedian named Roger, and we were driving one time back from some gig, right?
I don't think I was there for that.
You weren't there for that? Okay.
No.
And then I was me and I think him and his girl. And Roger was like, look, I'm going to tell you something. You want to know what's a real big fear of mine? And I was like, what's that? I was like, I feel...
He used it as a bit recently. That's why I think
he did it as a joke.
He did. And I was like, that's perfect because it's something that you're fucking literally terrified of. Basically, he was like, sometimes I think, what if I'm retarded? What if I'm retarded?
You use our
but
what?
I don't know that I'm retarded because, you know, no one's ever mean to a retarded person. And I was like, I started fucking with him and it started bothering. I was like, that's right, Roger. Mm-hmm. You're not retarded. And
You're
then
a
he's like,
smart boy.
and he was like, shut the fuck up, dude. Shut the fuck up. I was like, no, we don't cuss. We don't cuss, Roger.
Talk to him like a child.
And he was like, dude, no, seriously, dude. I'm fucking telling you a fear of mine, man. I was like, dude, first of all, don't say retarded. You can't say that anymore.
It's 2019, Roger.
You're, I don't know the word.
You're from Louisiana. Get it right.
Yo, shout out to Louisiana, man. A little performing there. Don't listen to this fucking guy.
Yeah, but like
Yeah, he doesn't matter. So yeah, and I thought about it. I was like, that's a real fear.
Yeah,
because
man.
the people who are mentally challenged, obviously, they don't know that they're mentally challenged.
For real.
You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
the crazy part. Like you guys can be mentally challenged right now, and you're definitely mentally challenged.
Dude, one of the
thanks, dude.
one of the ugliest, like scariest trips that I had was feeling that type of way. But in my mind, it played out as if like, what if I'm just a dude in a mental asylum and this is my imagination?
Oh,
and I went
shit.
down that trip.
I've had those thoughts when I would get fucking high too.
Yeah, and like it fucking causes like the worst fucking anxiety ever.
Mine are worse because I've always struggled with agoraphobia since I was a kid. It's basically just like the fear of death, right?
It's definitely not.
No?
No, that's the fear of like open space.
Agoraphobia?
Yeah,
No, it's not.
yeah.
No, it's not.
You've
Yes,
got a
it is.
laptop right there, my
You
guy.
gotta, yeah. No, you know what? I'll
We
look
also
it-
have
I'll look
shitty
it up.
internet here.
Shit.
Sorry.
Suck my dick.
While you look that up, let me finish
We'll
my
bring
story.
it up,
Let me
yeah.
finish the story
Oh,
on
yeah,
why I didn't.
fuck, I'm sorry.
I
Keep
don't
going.
fuck with drugs anymore. So yeah, I kept doing coke and I was never feeling it. And ironically, one night I was at home like super fucking blazed, and I just started thinking like,
I totally spit. Sorry.
you know, just having like those deep high thoughts. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's kind of a little bit of both.
Can you read out the definition?
A fear of...
It's agoraphobia, a fear of places, situations that might cause panic, helplessness, and embarrassment. Agoraphobia is an anxiety disorder and develops after one or more panic attacks. Well, okay. Well, I have agoraphobia and also this fear of death. Anyways, so I'll let you continue. But the thing, what I was gonna say is that I also suffer with agoraphobia, and when I would get like super high and shit like that, I would fucking freak myself out because it'd be like, what if I just stop breathing right now? Like, because I was like, how amazing it is that our lungs just contract, and I'm freaking out right now just thinking about.
Suck that air in.
No, but I mean, I would think like, what if my lungs just say, nah, and just stay there and like, I need to breathe. You know what I mean? The mind can do a lot of fucked up things to your body.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's how I would freak myself out whenever like I would go into this weird. That's why I can't smoke like badass bomb weed anymore. Like I'm not smoking right now because I'm on probation. But you know, when I do, I'm like, hey man, do you know where to get you, Reggie? Like,
I don't want none of that strong weed.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Give me some Bobby Brown, man. I'm just trying to, you know.
I'm just trying to chill, you know.
You know what? Give me some cut up cigarettes in a bag, dude.
Give me some buglers, dude.
Anyways,
go ahead, Franny. Sorry.
Yeah. So actually, I had like similar thoughts, but when I would get super high and I would start thinking about breathing, you know how like it's supposed to be like an involuntary action. You do it without thinking about it. So I would try to catch myself breathing without thinking about breathing. So I would stop for a few seconds. So I'd be like, wait, am I going to do it? And then it would just start hurting my chest. Like, all right, I got to breathe. And I would tell myself to breathe.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So anyway, that, ironically, one night I was like blazed out of my fucking mind, right? And I started thinking about like my life and all my actions up until that point. And I realized I keep doing coke and it's not hitting me. And I'm doing larger and larger amounts, you know. And I was like, and I'm planning this shit out.
Have a kilo in my nose.
Dude, I was like, no, dude, I'm having like this fucking itinerary. Like, I'm going to show up to a party, sober as fuck. The first thing I'm going to do is the coke. Because I thought I was getting crossfaded, and that's what was canceling it out. So I was like, before I smoke, before I drink, I'm going to do my lines. And if it doesn't hit me, I'll do the rest. But the first thing is going to be the fucking coke. Like,
I'll do the rest.
Like, that's the plan. We have a fucking schedule. And I just kept thinking, I was like, I'm doing more and more on this, like, for nothing. And if I keep going the way I'm going, this is eventually going to kill me. And I decided to just, like, quit everything at that point. Because I was like, I'm not liking this anymore. Like, I'm becoming, like, that one person that I always thought I didn't want to be. Not only that, but, like, I had, like, a rule for myself. Like, if it wasn't affecting, like, the people I cared about, I was cool with it. But this girl that I was talking to at the time was like, when I was like 17, she found out that I was, you know,
a cokehead.
that I was doing drugs in general.
Coke fiend.
And she kind of like stopped talking to me. And like, I tried writing her like this letter saying like, hey, dude, like I'm gonna quit. And
you realize all
Hey,
the drugs
baby.
have rendered you
I'm gonna
unable
quit.
to write.
I promise you,
yeah,
baby
I'm
girl.
gonna promise I'm gonna be someone new.
I'm gonna quit.
So I was like, all right, that's like strike one. And then strike two was bad enough that it became like strike 2 and 3. What happened was like my
strike 7 though.
No.
that really fucking pushed over the edge.
My dad lives in Mexico, and I have a couple friends over there. They're in bands and shit, so we hang out and go to shows and shit. And you know, I went over one night to go visit my dad, and I told him, hey, I'm gonna go to a show. I don't remember the show at all, so that's kind of how fucked I got. Right, I don't remember getting home. I just remember waking up in my bed. And my dad was sitting...
was naked next to me.
Fuck off. No, fuck off. My dad was sitting at the foot of my bed, and he just...
So disappointed.
No, and all he said was like, if I've ever let you down as a father, if I've ever failed you, please tell me. Just
right?
let me know.
That's the shit that fucks with me
Yeah,
the most.
and then he just walked out of my room, and that was just like...
I wonder what he saw. Did he ever tell you?
He didn't know. We've never talked about it.
I would revisit it. See,
So after that,
because I'm just curious, like, what did Franny do that was so like? He got there. He's like, Dad,
I have no fucking recollection.
Fucking jerked off on the wall.
I have no recollection of
Pulled
that
a
night
Louis
whatsoever.
CK.
Like, hey, like I think that's the worst I've ever gotten. Right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm assuming I have no fucking clue. And yeah, so all of that happened. I started realizing, like, yo, like I'm doing way too much of this shit. for nothing. Like I'm feeling nothing from it. So I decided to quit.
Nice.
And I've been sober for like 8 years now.
Yeah,
Nice.
my poor dad. My poor dad just walks over me. 'Cause one time I remember I was younger and I was like, Dad, I think I have alcohol poisoning. And he just literally walked over me like, you're just drunk, dude.
Drink some
Help, Dad.
Drink some milk, bitch.
One time I fell asleep in the tub and I fucking didn't turn off the water and I had the heater on. And I was like, the water was already getting out of the fucking tub and the heater was on. And my dad luckily got there in time. He's like, fuck. He's like, what are you doing? I was like, taking a shower. So yeah, I'm almost stupid, dude. I'm so fucking... I'm surprised I'm alive right now. Like
maybe you're not, dude. Maybe it's just a fantasy and you're dead.
Maybe I'm just a retarded ghost, dude.
Maybe.
So the worst type of ghost. They got the strength of 10 ghosts, right?
Yeah, shout out to Roger, man. He I think he was throwing up yesterday. He was sick or something, right?
Yeah, I said it was sick. I don't know what. Sick of us, more than likely.
Sick of life.
Probably, man. Roger, he's already he's too cool for school, man. He just get a couple of good open mics going, and he's just too cool for school and just doesn't want to know nothing about anyone, dog.
I'm Gucci.
He's Gucci, dog.
He just walks away from everything.
Yo, your co-host, dog. He just walks away from the. She's like, I don't need this shit anymore. He just walks out, dude. Fucking, fuck that retard, dog.
Yeah, we can't say that shit, dude. It's Pride Month.
Oh shit, Franny!
Whoa.
You really took it to the other way, Franny.
Did I?
Yeah, you shouldn't be saying that with
If
those.
I ever disappointed you, dude. As a friend, dude.
Fuck you, dude.
Please tell me what I did.
Yeah, no, but oddly enough, after like most of my psychedelic experiences, I stopped like smoking weed and shit because like, you know, in my mind I was like, well, if I can feel this way by meditating, that's what I'm gonna do, and that's what I did for like the longest time. I was just meditate.
Do you still meditate?
Not as much as I used to, and it saddens me. And it's fucking hard to do it like or get back into the same rhythm.
Yeah, the guest I had yesterday said something really fucking important, and it stuck with me. Because obviously we all suffer through anxiety. You suffer through anxiety and panic attacks, depression,
Yeah.
and depression, right? Too.
Yeah.
So he's a psychotherapist, and he said, I don't know
It's
what
not real pussy. No, just
JK.
JK.
Man, the fuck
Actually,
off.
kinda. He was like, okay, well, he was like, okay, so what's the past? And then I was like, well, the past is like
bro.
a story. You know, it's part of my story, right? It exists. He's like, does it exist? I was like, yeah, like technically, yeah, it does because I lived through it, so my past does exist. And all right, then what's the future? And I was like, something that's gonna happen. He's like, no, the future's non-existent. You don't know what's gonna happen, so it's not real. It's not there. The future doesn't fucking exist, you know. And he's like, your past is gone too. That doesn't exist either. The problem why people suffer through anxiety and depression is because we're constantly living either in the past or in the future. Instead of just revisiting, we're living there, and we forget to live in the now, and that's why we're so strung up with depression and anxiety, because we forgot how to live right now.
You're right, dude. We should do acid.
Nah, man. The fucked up part is that you don't even need to. Like, you can literally just practice like
Meditation.
breathing, and it's mostly just control of your breath, and that's how you can reach like these altered states of mind.
Damn, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, what
try DMT?
what is your? I mean, I know that.
No, but I would super be down. Like, I'm super things that I do want to do.
I heard it's like a 10-minute trip,
Yeah, it's like okay,
but it feels like it's 72 hours.
and you know what's the fucked up part is that I feel a little bit more scared about DMT, and I would rather do ayahuasca for the fucking 13 hours.
Dude, I wanted to I've said I wanted to do ayahuasca.
Super down.
Me too, because
I still feel like I want to try it.
Same.
I want to try the fucking frog.
That's the
crystals.
5-MeO DMT.
Okay, that's DMT.
So it's like extra.
Yeah, I want to do it because I heard it helps depression, addiction, anxiety.
And it's not the drug itself that helps it, right? It's the new perspective that you're able to achieve. And again, you don't need that, right? Like, you can get there with the meditation and controlled breathing exercises. It's just that that's the shortcut to get there. Yeah. The main thing is, like, once you get there and come back, are you going to come back with the right perspective? Because that's
Yeah.
It's all about perspective.
Yeah, hook it up with that frog juice, dude. Like I'm down.
Just
with that
fucking
frog
just go
juice.
outside and start licking toads, my gay.
What is so you go to therapy, right? Because obviously you care about yourself.
Yeah, I actually went yesterday.
Okay, and what is he? Is it even working?
He's just gonna keep
Because
doing it
you're
until he feels it.
you're still constantly sad, and I'm starting to think that
Yeah.
it's your generation that's just pussies.
No.
That to a certain extent, that's
to
true.
a certain extent, yeah.
Okay.
It works in the sense that I get to talk my way out of my own head
Boom.
because
That's important.
a big thing about my depression is that and my anxiety and everything is I get too wrapped up in my own head. We actually like kind of had a somewhat of a breakthrough, if you could say, which is like they told me, you know, like my therapist was like, you know, your biggest problem is you have a self-defeating personality. Like you for some reason believe that you don't deserve good things.
I see that all the time, and
Because I told him, you know, 2-3 weeks ago we had a mic drop, right, and it went great. It was amazing. It was like, super successful. It was the night that like I was telling everybody outside Cultura, I was like, yo, let's all go to Cold Brew, let's all go hang out, and everybody fucking went. And it was a great night. Everyone was singing, having a shit ton of fun. And
May I fucking interject for just a second?
Yeah.
So that night that we went to Cold Brew and did karaoke,
Yeah.
I signed up like 3 or 2 people after you went on.
Yeah.
The motherfucking guy that was controlling the karaoke was like, all right, guys, let's take a fucking break. Came back from the break and was like, fuck Josh, let's go to this part of the list. Let's have the same guy sing 3 times. And I was like, yo,
Yeah.
I'm fucking pissed, bro. I want to do karaoke and jam the fuck out. What the fuck? So
Yeah,
then I
no.
just left. But anyways,
you didn't tell him anything.
He does that bullshit from time to time. He says it's just to get new singers, but you see the same
He
three people.
bumps
go up.
the karaoke list.
Yeah.
Dog.
what a
Yeah, he
fucking
does, dude.
little piece of shit.
I know, dude.
Matt, shout out to Matt.
Is that his name?
His name is Matt.
Well, fuck you, Matt.
Yeah. So yeah, that same night
Tank top wearing ass.
So that same night, everyone was having a
Yeah,
good time,
it's having
and
a
you
good
just
time.
ate it yourself.
No, well, what happened
Oh.
was that like it hit me like in this wave of like total detachment. Like I felt like I wasn't there with you guys. Like I was just watching you guys live this moment, but I was like miles away from everybody, just just feeling super alone in a room full of people. Like I was so detached from like the whole moment. And I told him that I had a similar experience happen, you know, with my girlfriend, and you know we've been in a much better place than we've been in a long time, right? But I wasn't allowing myself to enjoy it. So he was like, yeah, it sounds exactly like this is what's going on. And it helps because it helps me, talk my way out of my own head, you know, kind of like, why am I feeling this way? Like, what the fuck is going on? You know, it
Do you
catches
take
you by
meds?
surprise. I was, but I stopped because not sure if it was a misdiagnosis or what the deal was. When I started therapy, I started at MHMR, Border Region, the mental health resource. And I ended up there like at my worst. You know, like I was there at my worst. I went in there because I was driving home and I thought about crashing my car. So I drifted into oncoming traffic and I snapped out of it in time to get onto the right lane. But I was about to crash my car and I was like, yeah, I can't fucking do this on my own anymore.
Shit.
So I went to MHMR. They took me in as an emergency case and they immediately were like, oh, it sounds like you have borderline personality disorder, which is it's
Like bipolar.
it's like bipolar disorder, but the causes of your mood swings are easily identifiable. Like when you're bipolar, your mood swings
like having Robin Williams knuckles.
fuck off. Fuck you.
I'm sorry. I had to give it to him.
Yeah, you had to. I understand. Bipolar disorder is, you know, your mood changes.
Yeah.
You know, no drastically with no discernible cause or pattern. Borderline personality disorder is pretty much like you overreact to you know small or moderate
Events.
Yeah.
Things that
But, like,
shouldn't be like
Yeah.
a
That
big
crazy.
deal. You
that
make it a
big deal, you make a
deal.
movie. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Like you
happened
go to
me, like,
Starbucks, you ask for a nice Americano, they give you like 2 ice cubes, and you're like,
maybe
"Fuck
not-
my life, I'm gonna kill someone."
maybe not
I'm
like
just playing,
that,
that was
but
supposed to be a joke.
And that someone
Yeah.
is this guy.
it'll be more like, say you ask me for a favor and I forget to do it, and you come up to me slightly upset, like, "Hey man, I was really counting on you. What the fuck?" And
you're
you'll
like,
be over it in a day, and I'll be kicking my own ass about it for like a week, being like, "I'm such a piece of shit. I'm such an unreliable friend. Like, fuck this. Like,
Yeah.
if this is how I'm gonna act to small things, what if someone asks for something big?" And then next thing you know, I'm like, I should fucking die. Like, all because I didn't fucking
I don't know,
give you a ride or whatever.
It's funny.
It is.
It
It's
is
funny.
Yeah, it's.
I'm glad
So-
you're able to laugh at it.
Yeah.
Now earlier I said, does it have to do with your generation? Do you really do? You both of you said yes, and that's very interesting. Do you think it is a generational?
to-
thing?
It is definitely.
to a cer-
I
yeah,
mean,
to a certain
we are so mal-equipped to deal with everything right now,
For real.
and also like the world that we've been dealt is pretty
It's pretty
shitty.
bullshit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
pretty shitty. So there is like this generational like hopelessness,
For
and
sure. I
we're
would
all
agree.
just kind of like stewing in it, and yeah.
Because
Fucking sucks.
the thing is that like we were introduced into a society where they're like, here are the rules, but the people at the top don't play by the rules, and then cause like this weird situation where
Yeah.
there's like endless suffering, right? And then as a person, like they just expect you to shut up and be a part of the machine, but you want to affect change somehow because you know, like at least me personally, I feel that like we're at a point in human civilization where the type of problems that we're having are fucking retarded in the sense that they shouldn't exist. Right? Like fucking-
Yeah.
There's abundance. And if we were, you know, just able to be, I guess, understanding of other people or of differences between one set of humans versus another or whatever, I feel like we can come together as a planet and, you know, actually do good shit. Right? So it goes into like the whole argument of like the postmodernist of where like, are we really progressing or are we just making fancier machines and better ways to kill each other? Right? Like,
Yeah.
what's the
Yeah, makes
actual
sense.
progression?
That is pretty depressing.
Yeah, my therapist actually said this one thing that was pretty dope. It's something I'm gonna try to live by, which I think really just like it segues into something that he said about our generation, especially. He
Don't
said,
be a pussy.
"No, Aaron.
Okay.
Like only
pretty
worry
good
about the
advice.
shit that you can control, something along those lines.
No. He basically said, he can't speak for everybody, but people like myself that are diagnosed with depression, anxiety. This sounds very defeatist at first, but then he went a little bit more into detail, and it sounds better. He said, he said, Francisco, sit down, and I really need you to listen to this. He's like, you are never going to be happy. Like people like you.
That's a great therapist, dude.
Wait, shut the fuck up, Aaron. This is legitimately starting to upset me. He goes, people like you are never going to be happy, but that's not a bad thing. Your brain isn't going to let you do that. Your default mood is always going to be, this detachment, this hopelessness. But you're aware that there's moments in your life that get you as close to happy as you're going to be. Your comedy, doing podcasts, hanging out with your girlfriend, or the stuff that gets you there. So it's like your generation, like, oh, they're killing businesses, they're killing the diamond industry, they're killing dine-in restaurants, they're killing all. We're looking for, like, your generation looks for moments, and that's fucking true. How many people are like, oh, I don't want to buy a big house, I just want to fucking travel, and that's the truth. Like we're to a point now that. We already have all the material shit that we could want. We don't need any more of this shit. Like, we're at a point now where we want to get back to the shit that we don't have. We want to travel. We want to meet people. We want to do shit. Like, my biggest ambition is, like, a decent apartment that I can cook in because I ate takeout and fucking drive-through for so often. I want to make up for all that lost time and cook.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a fucking real thing I'm going to try to apply to my thoughts and my fucking life.
Makes sense.
One of the things that I feel also is that the way, or I guess, again, going back to like the constructs that we inherited, right? Like being members of this version of society is like, they don't really allow for different types of personalities to flourish. to where again like this specific way that we're living in right now is like geared more towards those people that are okay with just being cogs in the machine, right? And for certain individuals, I feel like I'm probably a part of that population. We're more so inclined to create, not necessarily just like, I don't know, be like show up at a 9 to 5 and fucking let me sell you some fucking insurance and all that shit. You know what I mean? Like I feel most at home and most comfortable with myself with like the exchange of ideas or just open dialogue or like, hey dude, this is an idea. Let's try to execute on how to do that, right? Like fucking music video or like, I don't know, let's try to write comedy. I haven't actually like really sat down to do that. But anyways, like just stuff like that, right? Like manifesting your ideas from the part of your brain to like actual reality and then sharing that with everyone else. Like that's where I feel the most comfortable.
See, it's crazy because I feel like society is moving in a point where that's being encouraged a lot more. You're seeing it a lot more out in the open, people chasing that particular creative drive, which I, on the one hand, absolutely love. I love that it's easier for musicians to get their names out there. I love that it's easier for comedians to get their material out there. What scares me is that the platforms that we're doing it in, it's just a way that makes it easier for like corporations to tip their fingers into.
Yeah, it's
like,
open. It's an open.
Like even when we're trying, like for example, like the fucking lawless wasteland that is like musical streaming sites. Like ironic, like I mean, in theory, that should put everyone in an even playing field, right? Whoever is like the top selling artist should have the same amount of relative exposure as your fucking friend who's getting on it. But look at like the fucking like, oh, here's your weekly playlist, and they're gonna put like this top art who has nothing to do with the musical genre or whatever that this guy's doing. Like, so it sucks that even they're putting on this facade of like, yeah, we support independent art and we want a more creative society, but we still want our cash machines to be at the forefront of it all.
And I feel like in music specifically, and probably even more so now in comedy, that the actual way to where the artists themselves are going to profit is like live events or live shows.
Yeah,
and
definitely
that they own, right? Like outside of that,
definitely.
Like selling music digitally is dead because you can still download it for free or just stream where like the artist only gets like a penny for every fucking play.
I just posted it today on a comment because I told him about the festivals and it was a DJ saying, oh, how much do you call it like to get on the radio station or whatever, and they're like, is this much? They're like, oh, never mind, we're just gonna go ahead and go with SoundCloud or whatever. And I was like, yeah, it's sadly radio's dead. Radio's dead. No one listens to the radio. And I was like,
don't.
Me neither. I got Spotify on all the fucking time. Why would I want to listen to radio when I can listen to whatever I want?
I want to, yeah, like the shit that I want to listen to. And then there's a little bit of nuance that goes into it, right? Because sometimes you don't listen to the radio specifically for the music. You listen to it because of the DJ has like his own version of the show. But then you're just fucking listening to, like, you just listen to a fucking podcast, right? Like, there you go. Solution. But I don't know, man. It's just, it's, for me, it still all goes back to, as far as like trying to not let yourself be destroyed by the amount of negativity that you may perceive in whatever, like in the world today, right? But one of the tools that I had learned through my experiences with psychedelics and stuff was like that, like practicing your breathing. And I say it that way specifically, but I equate it to like meditation, because when I say meditation, I know a lot of people feel like, or at least I know the people that I run with, they're like, well, what a fucking like hippie ass, like fuck you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But really what it boils down to is just like learning to control your breathing, and then trying to empty your mind and focus on your breath. And that's like at least how my version of it.
I did a version of that. I used to do a lot, and I should get back to it. It helped me a lot. I did a lot. I do a lot of self-hypnosis. Self-hypnosis is my shit. It's worked for me. I remember one time I went into a deep sleep. It was one of those YouTube things. I don't know who I got into, but I put it on in the as I was going to sleep at night, which is a big mistake because I fucking fell. I fucking went into hypnosis, which they relax me, but it's not common that I fall fully into hypnosis, but this time I fucking did. And I just remember just like following the steps or whatever, and then all I remember was just like, and awake. And then I woke up, Like, and it was like 2 a.m. and I
There
was
was
like,
a fucking dead body and a knife in your hand.
just imagine. No, I actually woke up and I felt so fucking relaxed. No, not relaxed. The best way. I felt so much rest. I felt so rested. Like I had so much energy that I struggled to go back to sleep because it felt like if someone just put a fucking hose in my ear, washed everything the fuck out, and drained it out. You know what I mean? That's how it felt. And ever since then, I fell in love with self hypnosis. Hadn't done it in a while, but I totally recommend it. Like self hypnosis is something that if you, especially you, I can't believe. Has your doctor ever recommended that to you?
No, and even then, I've been kind of slipping on my therapy session. So
Yeah,
maybe we're gonna get to it at some point. But
you should ask him about it, or you should just research it. But self hypnosis is
I know
really helpful.
My girlfriend used to, like, whenever I would like notice me that I was super tense, she would start playing like these like breathing technique videos, but like for grounding.
Yeah.
So I would do that for like a hot minute, and that was good.
They give you seconds, or something's breathing, and you have to follow the. Have you seen those?
Yeah, something like that.
I
Yeah.
think like people that have iWatch that have that shit on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like a thing where you just be like, boom, and not even just that, but it's also very good for people that are like into fitness and shit because it helps you control your heart rate. So you can be pushing, bring your heart rate back down and acclimate and what have you, push your cardio a little bit further.
Yeah. Yesterday, the guest that I had, he told me that I cope a lot of shit with laughter. Even like you right now, you're talking about something serious.
That's how we're comedians, baby.
Well, no, I'm a comedian.
That's how we do it.
You're
Okay, cool, dude. I'm quitting comedy.
Cool guy.
there it is.
I am done.
Attacking his mental health. No. Basically, and I noticed right now when you said, "Aaron, shut the fuck up. I'm already getting pissed off." The thing is, and I caught myself. I'm like,
Don't justify it.
What do you
were
mean?
kind of being a dick.
No, he's not trying to justify it.
I'm not trying to justify it.
Him reining it in.
Yeah, and I'm like, because I can't turn it off sometimes because I don't like serious shit. That's my coping mechanism. It's not that I want to make fun of it or anything like that. It's just that I hate, deep down inside, I hate serious shit. I hate traumatic shit. And I do have sympathy, but my way of coping is fucking making fun of it or laughing. And it's a fucked up way, but I mean, that's
Again,
who I am.
that's why we're comedians. I know it's the same thing with me. I try to do it a lot. Like, who said it? Oh, get ready to make fun of me for this. I think Cal Kinane was the one who said
Of
once.
course.
He said, "There's no such thing as a happy comedian." And
I mean, Fluffy looks pretty happy. If you ask me.
Chris D'Elia looks pretty happy. He comes from like a pretty stable background.
Yeah, he does actually.
Like a fucking
Brian Callen too. Brian Callen
true.
comes from a fucking rich family.
That does, like Rogan was actually explaining his experience to I forgot who, and I was like, damn, that's pretty traumatic. To where his parents just like shipped him off to a different country and made him go to boarding school and shit.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, that's like
I didn't know
a form
that.
of trauma. Yeah,
I just know they had money.
yeah. Because some international banker. He's part of the Rothschild family.
Oh, is he for real?
No.
Oh shit. Speaking of which, I need $5,000 and I'm trying to get a car so I can travel. So we need sponsors. And I'm getting hungry. I don't know about you guys. I'm getting sleepy.
I just need to go take a nice shit, man. Pretty much.
same,
Okay. Same.
Same.
Y'all need to get the fuck out of here.
Yo, real quick though, can I plug the play I was talking about in the beginning?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Y'all
Absolutely.
didn't,
That's what we're here for.
Y'all didn't let me finish. It's One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It is a mental health advocacy.
Love that movie.
Play. I'm actually playing Martini, who is played by Danny DeVito
Yes!
in the movie.
Yes, dude.
You know what my
I play a
That's
hallucinating
amazing.
Italian.
Who's Chief?
You ready for this, dude?
Yeah, Ram.
Roger.
No.
Please say Ram.
Sammy the House.
Is Chief?
He's playing Chief. I didn't know he did theater. But he's playing.
Oh, he tries.
Yeah.
Every time, can I just
I don't give a
interject
fuck.
real quick?
I don't
Every
give a
time,
fuck.
Go ahead.
Oh wait, you said Danny DeVito, right?
Yeah.
Ah, fuck. I was thinking Joe Pesci, and every time I hear someone
No,
throw out the name
I
Joe Pesci,
love Joe Pesci.
you know what's the first thing
You
that comes
Jew
to your
motherfucker,
Yes,
you.
dude.
You Jew motherfucker!
Like,
You Jew
God damn it.
motherfucker,
Like,
you.
Every time you go on stage, Franny, like I just want to like play that drop
No.
Yeah, your mom's house. The
Yeah.
cigarette has. I was like, you Jew motherfucker, you.
Yeah, we're doing it the weekends of July
Don't say 12.
11th to the 14th, the whole weekend. So
Oh, okay,
from
right.
Thursday
cool.
to Sunday, and then we're doing it again from the 18th to the 21st.
Oh shit!
Nice.
So it's a two-week run.
Is it your first play?
Outside of like high school one act play. This is the first time I've ever been in a play.
When I was in elementary school, I was in a play. I was it was a Little Rascals.
I was a bush.
No, I was
I was a tree.
well,
I was bush.
I was buckwheat.
Close enough. No.
I was racist as fuck.
It's crazy though because for this play, I wanted to do like a more realistic portrayal of my character because like he's the comedy relief, and I don't want it to be like a cartoony, fucking
Jokey joke.
big jokey joke.
Yeah.
So I made the at the same time good and bad decision of watching nothing but like videos from like the 60s of like exit interviews for mental like asylum patients.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a bunch of schizophrenic people being like, "Oh, why should you go home?" And they're like, "I don't know." And I'm just like, "Fuck." I watched like 3 hours of that and I got really depressed.
Nice. Sounds like a good time.
So you want to be funny, but at the same time not too funny.
I wanted to be slightly more realistic, because you read my character's lines and what he says has really nothing to do with what everyone else is talking about because he's hallucinating all the fucking time, right? But it's very clear that my character's there to be comedy relief, to kind of break up the tension in the scenes. But I don't feel like I'd be doing the character justice if I come on and I'm like, "Hey, I'm fucking crazy and wild." So I'm trying to add
so
a little-
basically funny but not too funny. Just be yourself, dude. Just be yourself.
Thanks, Aaron. I want to be a comedian for a living.
Okay. So check it out. I have a show coming up. It's going to be July 5th, actually. This Friday.
Next Friday.
This podcast will come out by then. It's going to be this Friday at the Breathe Lounge in San Antonio, Texas.
I'm going to be on it.
If anyone in San Antonio is watching this, Franny's going to be on it. Roger's going to be on it. It's brought to you by Mind Twist Comedy. Really excited. I've done stuff in San Antonio before. I've headlined like small rooms and stuff, but this one's actually a pretty big room. So I'm pretty excited about that. So if anyone in San Antonio, if you're out there listening, please go to mindtwistcomedy.com. Put promo code funny and you'll get a discount. So yeah, it's going to be hella good.
Hella good.
It's going to be hella good. And then the following week, I'm going to be at Kickapoo Casino, but we'll put that on the other podcast. Yeah. We'll talk about it soon. So, hey, thanks, Franny, for being here. And Josh, let's do this. Sign me out.
All right, cool. Bye.
Bye. Oh, wait. Good set, bro.
Good set, Bray.